Welcome to our podcast, Fuck the Diet Cycle, with myself, Lauren Knight, and Abby Lodge. This podcast is for you if you're ready to end the diet cycle. So grab yourself a cuppa, get comfy, and let's jump straight into this week's episode. You're waiting for your perfect body to take your children to the swimming pool, to go to the park, to wear your dress, to put on the shorts, to go out in the street and actually feel cool rather than sweating hot under something because you've got a shirt over the top hiding your arms. All of these things are on hold because you're waiting for that perfect, and I'm using inverted commas there, body. Why? We do not need to wait until the end of our journey or to find that perfect body in order to do those things. Life is not going to stop whilst you go and search for that. So why are we putting it all on hold? We've got to stop today. We want you to go through your summer holidays doing the things that you actually want to do without feeling like you need to be a certain size, a certain weight, a certain look, because actually you're a human being and you deserve to go out and enjoy your life. You are worthy of that happiness. Your children deserve a mum that actually gets involved without feeling like they can't.
Yeah, and is a really crucial point here about your children. So if we are, it's really hot and we're going through the summer holidays and, mummy can't do this because mummy will get too hot, or mummy can't come in the pool with you because mummy doesn't want to wear a swimming costume, or mummy this, mummy that. That is only teaching your children that they have to be a certain way or look a certain thing. And again, then we're instilling into them, and this is exactly what we are here to do, is to break that cycle, break that generational trauma of you have to look a certain way, you have to weigh a certain amount, you can't have any cellulite, dimple, whatever it is, and you can be confident no matter what your size. Yes, okay, we're in this whole Instagram, everything's perfect, skinny is sexy. I say, fuck you, social media and your societal norms, because that's not normal. Unless you have got a shit ton of money to be throwing at surgeries, every single woman's body is going to have something wobble, some dimples, some stubborn fat somewhere, whatever it is, every single body. So why are we not putting on that swimming costume and going, yeah, I'm going to come jump in the pool with you kids, or yeah, I'm going to put my shorts on, we'll go down the park and we'll have a water fight, or whatever it is. Stop thinking about what other people are going to think of you, because they're too busy worried about what they're worried about themselves than to be looking at you. If you're going out in a big black tracksuit in the 45-degree heat or whatever it is, people are going to be looking at you funny then to think, that person's going to keel over. Like, that is really, really not safe. So I say, fuck you, society. And wear the shorts, wear the swimwear, wear it proud and confident, and own it.
And it's okay to know that you're not where you want to be, right? Mm-hmm. We're not saying that you're not going to feel more and more confident as you go along in your journey. We get it. We've been there, we've walked those shoes. But we've also been there where we've stopped ourselves from doing certain things. We've not turned up to the social event. We've not played with the kids, or, we've prevented ourselves from doing something through, one, the fear of other people's opinions, but also two, our own selves. We get in our own way and say, I can't do it because I look like this, or what if something happens, I fall over, or whatever. We give ourselves an excuse of something that might come over because of the embarrassment that we've got about our own body. And actually, the only people we are hurting is ourselves, and in turn, the people around us that are important, like our children, like our partners, because they don't see us in that way either. And I say it all the time, if your weight and the feeling around your weight is stopping you from living life, that's when something has to change. And that's okay if you're on your journey, but it doesn't mean that your life has to come to a halt whilst you are on your journey, because the kids are only small once. You only live life once in the way that we know it. There could be after that, you might believe in other things, but as we genuinely know, we've only got one life. So why look back with regrets? Because I've got plenty. I've got so many regrets of, I didn't do certain things. I didn't get involved in the mums race, for example. When my kids were like preschool, there was a mums race. Nope, absolutely not. Point blank refused. My kids were like, Mummy, get involved, get involved. And I'm like, absolutely not. There's no way. Not because I didn't care about winning. Like I'm not sporty, so I knew that I wouldn't win. It's not that. I didn't do the race because I didn't want everybody looking at me going, "Oh, look at that woman. She shouldn't be running the race." No one would have thought that.
No.
But in my head, that's what I felt. And I look back and think, my poor kids, not that they're poor, they've had amazing lives, but in that moment, they were so excited, like, Mummy, come and get involved, come and get involved. I'm like, no, no. And then I got arsy with them because I was like, stop asking me now. I'm not doing it. And it was because of how I felt. I was like, but I will when I'm smaller. Well, that ship has passed. My kids now are at a school where they don't do mum's race. So, yeah, I'm 6 stone lighter, but I've never been able to do a mum's race and make them proud in that way.
No.
I've made them proud in other ways, of course I have. But that sticks with me because I could have just got involved in the race. I knew I wasn't going to win. It wasn't about that. I stopped myself from doing it because I was waiting for the perfect time. But that perfect time never came because now it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, and that is the thing. And so many people put everything on hold for this perfect body or for the perfect time, and it doesn't exist. Time moves on, time goes, time flies. We all know that, and you don't want to look back and have regrets of, oh, I didn't do this or I didn't do that, or my mum's never done that with me. Or you might have, like, they might have friends whose parents are going and doing all these things, and Jimmy down the road, his mum does all of this, but my mummy doesn't do anything. Like, that is a really, really sad thing. And that's what you have to look at, is how are these children being impacted by you holding yourself back and covering yourself up? And, we don't want to instill in them that, they have to hide certain ailments or whatever. Everybody is perfect. We all have our own beauty, and it's about really going deep with that in yourself, that you may not be where you want to be, or you may not be at the end of your journey, or whatever it is, but you still have to love yourself. You still have to honor yourself and think that you are worthy enough to put the shorts on, go down the slide, swings, swimming pool, whatever it is. And I know that there are actually so many people that are probably listening that will only wear certain clothes in their garden. It's that whole, I can only wear that in the garden. It might be swimwear, or I can only wear it in the garden. Why? What? Why are we holding on to these clothes or these outfits or whatever because for at home in the garden? No, wear them out. People are not judging you. They are more concerned that you're going to be overheating, and you don't want to be sitting there missing out on the bench or whatever, thinking, I wish I was doing that with my kids. I really, really do. And that work starts from day one. You have to start putting in that, being able to even like hold your gaze in a mirror and things like that, and looking at yourself to then truly, acknowledge your own inner beauty.
Absolutely. And this isn't about putting the guilt on or anything like that. This is coming from personal experience and knowing that if we could prevent what we did or didn't do back then for somebody else so that they don't have regrets in the future, we know that we've done something right. And like I said, there are so many different things that have cropped up over time that you look back on and go, why didn't I do that though?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is society. A lot of it is what you see on social media or you hear on the radio. Part of it has moved on. So I think being raised in the 90s and seeing what our mums did kind of led to us, and we are now breaking that generational pattern, and we're doing a really good job of that. It's come back a little bit with your whole skinny is sexy, and we all have to look a certain way with fillers and this and that, and that's fine if that's what you choose to do. That's no disrespect, but we don't all have to look like that. There are plenty of women that have got wobbly bits, that sit down and they get rolls, that have got wrinkles and dimples and all of the things. that doesn't mean that you're any less worthy than the next person to go and play in the park, to run around, to roll down the hill, to turn up to parties, go to the theme parks, all of the things. If we keep on putting it on hold, how much longer will life actually be on hold with you? Or are you going to look back and go, shit, I missed the boat?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to follow us on social media using the links below. And don't forget, new episodes come out every single Sunday.